Hey everyone, Kirby fan here, and after a bit of a break, we are back with the spookiest copyability spotlight yet. Happy Halloween, and I hope you enjoy this one. If you do, feel free to subscribe to the channel since it helps me out an absolute ton. And don't forget, leave a comment telling me which ability you'd like to see in the next copyability spotlight. It could be any ability we haven't covered yet. And if you don't know which ones that we've covered, you can check out the Copyability Spotlight playlist that I leave in the upper right, or wherever YouTube decides that it wants to be. You can vote for the next ability until November 14th, 2020. And if it's past that date, still feel free to leave me a comment telling me what you think about Ghost. Now, with all that said, let's get spooky! Now, today we are covering a very unique ability. And I'm not only talking about its applications. I don't think this ability has ever had a normal appearance in the series since its introduction in Kirby Squeak Squad. I am, of course, talking about Ghost. Now, you may be wondering, where else does it even appear other than Squeak Squad? Is it only Squeak Squad? I mean, I'd hope it isn't. Look at the length of the video. But it's time to find out if the ghost was a scary specter, or if its frightening boos were more like annoyingness. Time for the copyability spotlight on Ghost. To get the most predictable game out of the way, yes, Ghost is in Kirby Squeak Squad. Yes, you actually have to unlock an ability and find the mini-boss and beat the mini-boss to actually use Ghost. And yes, Ghost is really, really bad. I'm not here to tell you anything you haven't heard in regards to Squeak Squad Ghost. This ability was destined to fail in a speedrun setting to begin with, considering you need to unlock it, but the fact that it makes you slower in literally every regard makes it completely worthless. Honestly, I think that even in casual play, I'd honestly say that practically this is one of the worst abilities of all time, especially since it's in a game with abilities as strong as Wheel, especially Squeak Squad Wheel. It's not a good start to the unfriendly Ghost. Or would he be friendly? Would he be unfriendly? It's Kirby, and I mean, he doesn't kill the enemy right away. It's not until that they're not really friendly anymore that they die. So would he be unfriendly? Now this is where things start to get interesting. The next two games that Ghost appears in are unlike any other that I am really ever going to cover for the Spotlight series. Namely, since you technically can't even play as Ghost. Yes, I am of course talking about the Ghost records for Gourmet Race and Superstar Ultra and the ability challenge rooms for the Dream Collection. Ghost tracks your every movement from your personal fastest runs and I mean, that's it. But it's kind of funny, actually. This is far more useful, dare I even say practical, than anything that it could hope to achieve in Squeak Squad. For one, you don't have to unlock it, and I think that part's a little obvious, but when routing your fastest runs in either game, Ghost is an incredible metric to go off of. You can see where you're messing up and need improvement, and you can see which strategies and moves work best in certain spots. You could see how your personal best run went and push yourself to beat it. Any game with IGT in it benefits from having a Ghost system like this. And while this is definitely unique for a copy ability, it's kind of sad that the playable version of Ghost is far worse. But ghosts are really a speedrunner's best friend. And in this case, Ghost Kirby is no exception. But we still aren't done because Ghost actually appears in Triple Deluxe in Kirby Fighters. Speaking specifically on Fighters Deluxe, ghosts work in any kind of 3 or 4 player match. If they're turned on when you lose, you actually become Ghost Kirby and have a chance to get back into the match if you can manage to hit your opponent while being a ghost. The way that Ghost moves around and generally controls is the same as Squeak Squad, but instead of doing that little mini dash forward, you just kind of punch your opponent, and if you land, you come back. Yes, this means that when you lose in Kirby Fighters Deluxe, you die. It's harsh, but it's an important life lesson for the kids out there. Unfortunately, Ghost sees no real use in Kirby Fighters Deluxe, since the very little info of the metagame we have is all about 1v1, 2-player mode, where Ghost literally can't be used at all. It's, back to being completely unviable for Ghost once again. And with that, still not done. We have a newcomer to the copyability spotlights. The moment you've all been waiting for, I finally get to cover Kirby Fighters 2 in one of these things. Of course, in regards to 1v1s, Ghost is still rather useless. Not even usable. But doubles is a thing that actually exists. And ghosts are disabled in the official 2v2 rule set. Bummer. But in a move that still has the Fighters 2 community still annoyed, random battles are forced 2v2s with hazards, items on, and you guessed it, ghosts enabled. So finally, in a semi-competitive,
I mean, not really, but give Ghost a break here.
Format, Ghost is legal. And given how random 4-player matches on Nintendo's online service are, having the ability to come back is very helpful. Go, go, Ghost. You're finally good again. Now, with the useless one out of the way, it should be pretty obvious that if Ghost is ever obtainable, you're losing time by not being around to wail on opponents. So even there, it is just completely unviable. Ghost is really only applicable to casual play, which is fine, but a detriment to things such as speedrunning or competitive. And in this game's equivalent to Deluxe's single player, the single-handed mode, you're never teamed with anyone, so Ghost isn't available at all. If you lose, you're done. This means we're only talking story, and no, you never want to be the Ghost here, but what a lot of people who've gone through the grind that is the story mode might be thinking is the buddy. Your buddy turning into a ghost and coming back has to be at least useful, right? And for casual play, sure, your buddy is dumb and them coming back is very nice, but for speedrunning, no, you still want to get these battles done before your buddy can even die. While not very useful in competitive, abilities like Hammer are remarkable at tearing the AI apart, and is the best ability to use for clearing out the story mode. In this case, Ghost should very rarely be a factor at all, definitely not on you, and even in most cases, not on the buddy. Unfortunate. And no more tricks, those are all of Ghost's appearances. Now, for the ultimate treat, time to find out if Ghost was any good. This is definitely the most complicated answer out of all of the abilities so far. Outside of Squeak Squad, it's yet to be playable in the traditional sense, but ironically enough, Squeak Squad is by far its worst appearance. It unfortunately doesn't amount to much in any of the games. It's bad in Squeak Squad, like I said, and either unviable or even unusable in any of the formats that matter in the Fighters games. This leaves its applications in the unplayable appearances in Superstar Ultra and the Dream Collection, where it's incredibly helpful, but yeah, it's unplayable as a playable ability, and I'm sorry if you love Ghost, but you should also be used to people tearing on Ghost. It's really bad. Definitely unique and very hard to judge for the copyability spotlights, but still, a bad ability is a bad ability. No way around that. If nothing else, it is the best ability to fit the Halloween spirit, and that's definitely something. Hey, thank you so much for watching the whole video. I really appreciate it, as well as you guys getting me to my year-end goal of 600 subs, with more than 2 months to go before the year end. We can only go up from here, so if you'd like to subscribe and ring the notification bell to be notified as soon as new video comes out, I'd really appreciate it, and I think you would too. And don't forget to either vote for the next ability, or let me know what you think about Ghost, if you like it, ways you think you could improve it, anything like that, or whatever you want to do. That's the comments, it's up to you guys. Stay safe this Halloween, and I mean, I guess every Halloween. Actually, I guess stay safe every day. You don't want to end up a ghost like Kirby. And I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.